What's going on, guys? It's Matt with Dean Team Golf Carts, and I am extremely excited, and you should be too, because we have just started a Yamaha franchise. We are now a Yamaha dealer, so we're selling new Yamahas, and with that, we've got some brand new carts to show you. So today, I will be going over the 2025 UMAX Rally 2+2 from Yamaha. And there's a ton of features and specs on this thing, so I brought my clipboard, and we're just gonna go down the line for you. So on the front here, you will see that we've got the sport bumper. It's the front brush guard. This is off the rip, you can tell, just a more off-road kind of golf cart. It lives somewhere between a golf cart and a side-by-side, leaning heavily towards the golf cart side, of course, and that is what we specialize in. You've got a beautiful front. You actually have headlights, tail lights, brake lights, turn signals, and a horn on this unit, and those come with low and high beams. So if I turn on the high beams here, you can see they are much brighter than what they were, and I'll go ahead and just turn those off so we're not blinding you. We also, if we look in the front here, we've got a front trunk actually. They really wanted to maximize as much space as they could with this vehicle, which I think is just awesome. Right now we're keeping the owner's manual, a little padding and stuff in here for the customer when they purchase it. But yeah, I think it's awesome. This is the only cart that we have that actually does this. On both the windshield and the trunk, they're gonna have an industry exclusive mechanical hinge. So what that means is that they're the only people that are actually manufacturing a windshield that has a mechanical hinge that works this way. And if you just take a quick look at it, I mean, it is very heavy duty. You know, no more of those flimsy plastic windshields that just kind of bend at the center, because we all know that those end up breaking after a couple years of use, if you even get that. So that's a huge benefit here. I did want to point out that it does have a much thicker frame, which is both a plus and a minus in my opinion. I really do love the thickness and the heavy duty look to it. I'm also probably going to feel a lot safer in this vehicle if I end up, for whatever reason, God forbid, I get in an accident or something happens. This definitely is going to hold up quite a bit better than a normal golf cart. That being said, you can't necessarily install all the same accessories that you'd put on a normal golf cart, such as like the universal side mirrors, center mirror, Bluetooth speakers and stuff. They're all going to mount in a different way. And so because of that, you have to use very specific accessories for these that actually have a mount designed for this. Interestingly enough, after researching it, you can actually use a lot of accessories that you can put on Yamaha side-by-sides, specifically the Viking side-by-sides, are very similar to these, which is pretty cool. So you've got some really cool looking side mirrors, an overhead audio system, and a bunch of other stuff that you can add to this that are all OEM specific. We have a 2-inch lift kit. With that lift kit, you are going to get dual recoil springs for a smoother ride. So going a little off-road is going to be okay on this. Obviously, it's still a golf cart, so you don't want to go, down some insane trails. But this will ride much smoother than any of the other golf carts here when doing so. You're also going to have a 23-inch all-terrain tire, which is awesome, again, for off-roading. And that 10-inch wheel, a lot of people like a slightly bigger wheel. In my opinion, that 10-inch wheel is really gonna come together with this unit and allow you to have a little bit more tire wall, which means that it's just only gonna be smoother off-road. On the back here, you're actually gonna have a rear sway bar for maximum stability, which is really awesome. Kind of counteracts whatever direction you're leaning whenever you make a turn. And you're gonna have an open style rear differential. So on a lot of golf carts, the rear diff is going to be locked up, which is not a super big deal. But whenever you're making sharp turns on grass or on your property, you can actually end up tearing up the property that way. So this is really, it's just going to tear up the property a lot less than other utility vehicles. Up here in the front, we can see that it comes with a lot of cool stuff. It's going to have dual USB ports, both with rain covers to keep water out of those, which is very nice. The dash setup, I really enjoy all the space. You've got this entire open area here to put phones, keys, wallets, whatever. On top of that portion on the top, you're gonna have the 2 glove boxes on the left and right, both coming with a rubber mat so that water can rub right off easily. It also kind of grips your stuff so it doesn't slide into the back. Obviously, everybody on a golf cart needs cup holders for their soda. You put your soda and water right there. And then you'll see they have a premium steering wheel here. It's super comfortable to grab. It's also a little heavier duty, which matches the overall feeling of the cart. You've got your forward and reverse shifter here, which allows you to easily switch between gears without much effort at all. And then right here, I really love the additional cup holders / storage space. It does actually have little dividers that you can put in here. We have them out right now, but you can either turn them into cup holders or just an extra place to put your stuff. It does include an hour meter, but what I really want to talk about right now is the premium seating, which is very similar to that Viking side-by-side that I brought up in the beginning. Not only do a lot of the accessories kind of go hand in hand with those two, but you're actually going to match the seating style, which is very comfy. Most golf carts are going to have just kind of that flat bench seat, but this one really ties them together and makes them their own unique seat, makes it feel more automotive style, and then you're going to have much more back support here because it comes up much further than most golf carts, which is really cool. Kind of working our way to the back here, you're going to see that you've got this bar system here, and what this is actually a whole storage area between the front and the rear seats, which I think is awesome. You could maybe even theoretically mount a Bluetooth speaker down here if you wanted to kind of make a more traditional golf cart speaker work. But there's also plenty of stuff that you can put in here, tools even, or just fun stuff like pool supplies, towels, noodles, all that kind of stuff if you're using this more recreationally. The classic for every golf cart, most every golf cart, you obviously can flip the seats out. On this unit, it is much more heavy duty because it does double as a utility vehicle. So this is an awesome surface to lay your tools, do a little bit of work. You can also, like I said, bring the pool floaties and the kids' beach towels and the snacks and everything that you're going to bring to the pool. Whatever you want to do with it, it doubles kind of as a utility and a recreational vehicle with that. This has locked-in support here from this rear grab bar, which is super heavy duty. I mean, a lot of golf carts, whenever you shake this, the grab bar moves a little bit. This, you can see I'm moving the entire cart because it's just connected so tightly. I really like that feature. And yeah, that's kind of the whole back seat here for you. And then you've got the same kind of style seats in the front here. Now that we covered the stuff on the outside, I know you all are waiting for it because every Yamaha fan is. Let's take a look under the hood. So actually, it is a positive that you have easy access to it, but I guess I would say it is a downside for me personally, that you do have to pop open these seats in order to access your battery whenever you're going to trickle charge it. So it's not too bad, but as we take a look at it, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. So you'll remove these cushions, which just pop right off. And in doing so, you'll reveal actually some secret storage spots for like phones and wallets and stuff, which is pretty cool because if you're taking it out to dinner and you don't want to get your stuff stolen, you can kind of sneak it there. I don't think anybody's really going to know that that's there. But then you can lift this piece up right here and go ahead and remove it, or just let it hang up. And you'll see you get the front portion of the engine. You can see your gas tank, and then you'll also on this side have your 12-volt battery. So this is what you've got to do whenever you're going to hook up your clamps to it and use your trickle charger. Not the end of the world, pretty freaking easy to do, especially if you work on your own vehicles, but it is a little harder than just lifting up the seat like on a traditional golf cart. And then I wanted to show you there is a lever over here that you can easily just pop, and then that will lift this piece up, showing you the engine bay. And when we're taking a look at this engine, there's a couple different things to say, such as it is a 14.2 horsepower engine. It's 402 cc's. and it is manufactured and designed by Yamaha. This is the Yamaha UMAX motor. It is a pedal start engine, so contrary to how a side-by-side or a four-wheeler kind of operate where you have to start them up and then they stay running, this will start and stop as you drive, more similar to a gas golf cart if you're familiar, which I think is really cool because you're going to get a little extra torque, but it kind of shuts down and starts up so you're not super loud and you don't have all the fumes and everything around all the time. It has a heavier duty primary clutch on there for higher towing capacity, allowing this vehicle to actually tow up to 1,200 pounds, which is much more than a traditional golf cart can do. I think that's awesome. And then all around you will find little pieces of foam. Up here in the front is a nice one. There is one in the back too, but this is all insulation foam in order to make it much more quiet than any other UTV that's on the market. All right, guys, here we are at my little driving spot. We're gonna go through the St. Louis community here in Maplewood. A couple things I wanted to point out before we go. It does have horn, and that horn can be used at the turn signal area by pushing in, or you can use this little foot pedal thing. I don't know what you call it. I guess you got a little foot horn there. And right now I'm using the parking brake, but the cool thing is you can actually release it by just pressing in your pedal, and then you'll push it on the top left here in order to park it again. So let's go for a ride, see what you think. So right now, we're going about 19 miles an hour is where we've tuned this to. They actually come from the factory at 15, but we figured if you wanted this kind of golf cart, you're gonna want it to have a little better speed. So 19-20 is pretty safe and feels really good on this cart. You can see it's very quiet compared to a lot of gas vehicles with the strength this has. And I feel very comfortable taking this turn relatively quick because of how spaced out the tires are and how stable it feels. And that's that, guys, the 2025 Yamaha UMAX Rally 2+2. Again, my name's Matt. I work for Dean Team Golf Carts here in St. Louis, Missouri. We're at 7650 Manchester Road in Maplewood, Missouri, 63143. And then if you wanted to contact us, our number is 314-647-2858. Again, that's 314-647-2858. Go ahead and give us a call, ask for Matt. We'll happily take you on a test drive in our new Yamaha.